Welcome again, and today we are going to discuss about social and economic services management. If you are new here in this channel, consider liking in an administrator insight, and also don't forget to subscribe. So let's dive into understanding of what is social and economic services management. When you talk about social service, uh, it may not be something that you never heard before. It might have been something that we come across every time when we discuss about a lot of things. Usually, when we speak about the government, we actually talk about social services. So, when we talk about social services, we typically refer to government-owned and profit organizations. So these government-owned and profit organizations provides assistance and support to individuals and families in need. So this assistance can include welfare programs, healthcare services, housing assistance, counseling, child protection services, and support for the elderly or disabled. So we can say that these are facilities and the benefits. So these are facilities and the benefits that are provided by the government-owned and profit organizations to those in needs. Those in needs can include children, include disabled, include elderly, also include all poor or people who cannot afford their basic needs in the national community. So the goal of social service is to improve the well-being and the quality of life of vulnerable population within the society. So the overall, uh, the overall idea or the overall goal of social services that are provided by the government-owned and profit organizations aim at providing social welfare services to the vulnerable community. We can also define social service as a welfare service provided by the local authority or state agency for people with particular social needs. So you may be asking yourself, what can be a difference between social and economic services management? So socio-economic, as we say, these are as services that are provided by the government owned and profit organization, and these services help to help or to improve the well-being and the quality of lives of vulnerable population within the country. But when it comes to economic services or economic activities, so these can be referred as activities performed by individual or business that contribute to the production, also the contribution and the consumption of goods and services within an economy. So these services can include things like banking, insurance, also transportation. On the other hand, also we can say that they include telecommunication, also healthcare, education on the other hand, and the professional services like legal and accounting. So economic services play a vital role in facilitating the functioning of markets and promoting economic growth and development. So the difference between social and economic services is that social services aims at non-profit, so they just provide services to the people, those vulnerable community, without considering something in return. But when it comes to economic services, they relate to financial gains and have elements of profit. So it have elements of profit. So that is the difference between social and economic services management. Also, we have a concept of social administration. When we talk about social administration, it refers to the management and organization of social services and welfare program within a society. So it involves the planning, implementation, coordination, and the evaluation of policies and programs designed to address social issues and meet the needs of vulnerable population or vulnerable people in the society. So social administration encompasses a range of activities including resource allocation, budgeting, staffing, policy development, monitoring of services and delivery, and ensuring compliance with the rules and regulations. So professionals in social administration may work in government agencies. Also, you may find them in non-profit organization or private sectors. Also, in those we call civil society organizations. So they involved in providing social services, and their role may vary depending on their specific context and the level of government involvement in social welfare provision. So we can actually say that social administration is a study and a practice of management. So we can say that is a study and a practice of management, leadership, decision making, and institutional building in social services. So it's a study of development, structure, the practice of social services, and the methods used to initiate, develop, and foster and maintain them. So we may aim to provide services to the people, but we must also understand how are we providing these services, and in which who are going to be benefited, and how can we evaluate and understand that these people are more vulnerable than others. So social administration works with the government and non-profit organizations to ensure that these social services that are provided by non-profit organizations and the government are really provided to those people who need them, or those vulnerable community. So social services, social administration focuses on the policies, planning, and administration of social welfare goods and services in relation to political, social, and economic institutions, and to determinants of the distribution of the national resources to social welfare needs. So they are the one determining how they can distribute these resources to these people who require these resources. Social administrators must follow the following values when they provide services to the people. The first value is impartiality and continuity. So social administration aim to provide services and support without bias or discrimination, ensuring that everyone has equal access to assistance regardless of their backgrounds or circumstances. Continuity implies that services should be consistent. That is what we're talking about when you say continuity. So the services must be consistent and reliable over time, providing stability for those in need. Also, we have moving all people out of poverty. So these values reflect the overreaching goal of social administration to address poverty and promote economic empowerment. Social programs and services are designed to lift individuals and families out of poverty by providing access to education, things like employment opportunities, healthcare, and other resources. Also, we have stewardship to taxpayers. Social administration involves responsible management of public funds and resources. So administrators are accountable to taxpayers for the efficient and effectiveness use of government funding allocated to social programs. So they must ensure that resources are used wisely to achieve desired outcomes. Also, we have agency and timeline. Social administration organizes the importance of timely intervention and the support for individuals and the families facing crises and hardship. So timely delivery of services can help prevent a situation from worsening and enable people to regain stability more quickly. Another value is outreach. So this value emphasizes the proactive engagement of social administration in reaching out to many people, or under understanding the community, and to ensure that they are aware and have access to available services and resources. Another value is value for money. Social administration seek to maximize the importance of resources by prioritizing intervention and programs that deliver the greatest value and outcome for the investment that have been made. So this involve cost effectiveness analysis and the evaluation of programs efficiency. Another value underlying social and economic service provision administration is service for people, not to the people. So service for people, this value underscore the importance of empowering individual and the community to actively engage in decision-making process regarding the design and the delivery of social services. Social administration should be responsive to the needs and the preference of the people it serves. So fostering a sense of ownership, also a sense of collaboration. The last value is those most in need. Social administration prioritize assistance for those who are more vulnerable and disadvantaged within the society. So program and services are triggered toward individual and families facing significant challenges such as poverty, challenges like homelessness, also challenges like disability and discrimination. So these values guide the action and the priorities of social administrators as they work to address social issues and promote equality to improve the well-being and of individual and the communities. So I hope you understand what we are trying to talk about. We were talking about social and economic services management, and in summary we say that social services management are provided by the government and non-profit organizations to those vulnerable community. Unlike economic services are provided for the aim of gaining profit, social services are provided for the aim of providing social welfare. So that is the end of our topic today. See you next time.